This is what we were thinking it was going to pull towards, the kind of mountain and choke. A few games and a few championships. I think we've seen a championship one in a circle very similar to this one, so perhaps we'll see someone able to replicate that kind of style. With FC Destroy having the Newcastle and having the Watson ready to set up though, they're in prime position. It's going to be so difficult for teams to try and push up on this, but of course you've got to watch several angles here. Not only are you defending from the southern side, the choke you were initially holding, but you can get pushed from both east, west and north. Like, every angle is something you've got to be watching at, but look at how much space they've been able to take.
Only thing maybe a slight concern for them is the economy. You can see only two shield cells here for Yuka Perodato, but at the same time, they do have the Watson Jenny down, so they're not going to have to expend too many resources to get the shields back. The difficulty here, just looking at who's got a tough move to make, is working your way through the chokes from the south, right? FC Destroy holding this one down and looking to their north, but TSM have got to force their way up a hill. They've got to go through Moist Esports by the looks of things. LG kind of holding them out on the other side. The tunnel, which was the initial plan for them, has been taken away by Realizer as well. So TSM, this is a tough rotate for them, but you can see here from the point of view of Imperial Hal, they do have that evac tower.
Yeah, for TSM, it's about whether they want to try and go through Vault over the top, maybe take the fight against Moist Esports, who are going to be in the choke just to their northwest. At the moment, they're heading over towards Vault just to see if there's anyone that they can maybe pick off. They're also being griefed a little bit by Moist Esports. So Moist have got eyes on TSM, that's the worry. So the evac tower might have to be the backup option as Element 6 do get eliminated. Remember, they were trying to rotate from that northern side and they were being held out for 100 Thieves by quite some time. 100 Thieves actually found themselves dead center of this circle. They've taken the crates in the middle. It's a really good position to play if you can get there and you can hold it, but you're very exposed to grenades.
And you mentioned Kungana, that famous win, of course. Well, 100 Thieves are two of those members. Now, of course, representing 100 T, so they know how to play this zone almost better than anyone. They'll be playing those crates inside the zone, but for TSM, this is a tough decision to have to be made at the moment. You can see, from the point of view of Moist, this is where they're going to have to try and force their way through, unless they want to try and evac tower over the top, but that comes with its own risks, right? Alliance now on our screens, restarting this fight with Oxygen. Effect goes in with the black hole. Has he managed to create any space for his squad?
Bango goes down as well, as Effect keeps hitting with the 30-30, but has to now try and help the team with the rest of the players. Prowler comes out, will go down, but it's going to be a 2 versus 2.
Done his job though, the effect has been felt here by Oxygen. He gets one, he does damage to another as well, but are they going to be able to get him back up? Can Hackis and Yuki capitalize on this damage? With so many bodies inside of this area, Dan, it's so difficult to make any decision, but it looks like with the Dark Veil, Oxygen is going to be able to get back to a 3.
Oxygen get back to a 3 first. I don't think there was a res on the other side, as there's plenty of action happening elsewhere. Exet get eliminated on the northern side. Ascender trying to push in that, as well as Fnatic, but Oxygen just seeing if they can maybe push up on this after getting back to a full 3.
Elsewhere, inside a Fragment at the moment, everyone is falling. They did get Effect back up. Naked eliminated in the meantime. There's a Kraber on the field in the care package too, as Pulverex try and force their way in, but here comes Ascend, but my goodness, those are some pretty good shots coming out to make this look a little bit more awkward, but Ascend win the fight. And now can Ascend walk up and find a spot to play?
No, because Fnatic are there to pick up the pieces. As you would expect, a third party is going to come along, and Fnatic should be able to clean this. Ascend had to try and push, they had to try and take some northern space, but they now will get denied. But you can see that Alliance are still having that fight, but they will be able to stay up as a 3.
Lufka's still alive for Ascend. Alliance still up on that high rock, which they're going to have to move from as the zone starts to squeeze these teams a little bit closer together. Dark Zero and Pioneers extremely close to each other, by the way, just over in No Name. As Fnatic now make their approach. Moving up from the north to the south, or should I say towards the south, a tough thing to do for them, but here comes the push we've been waiting for. TSM have to force the fight onto Moist. There's no other option for them here, Dan.
Well, TSM in theory could still go south, but they know that LG Chivas are there as well, so they're trying to force it here. Ascend do get eliminated as confirmation there, but now here comes TSM. Black Hole goes down.
Black Hole goes down, Verhulst is having to bat. And you're going to see the peek through that Dark Veil from Moist. Nobody really getting any initial damage, and now the zone is a problem for TSM. Moist hold the cards, they hold the high ground, and they've just got to wait for the zone to force TSM to move in.
The zone's going to start tickling. Now TSM cannot go south. They can only go one way here, unless they have another evac tower, but even that would be far too much of a risk.
And Moist back off smartly as well. Pioneer's eliminated in the meantime as Dark Zero win that fight, but TSM are going to walk up. TSM have used all the utility, all the ultimates. The Q didn't hit from Seer as well. So now it's just about brawling. It's about straight gunfire. Oxygen Esports, they'll be eliminated as well, and TSM have managed to force Moist back here and just about on the precipice of being safe.
Dark Zero go down. 6 of the 8 teams are still outside of the circle at the moment, all trying to force their way in. Several downs here for TSM to try and finish. Whilst you're taking this damage, you've got to be thinking about what position you're going to take, as Realize will fall. Moist also go down. TSM, they forced up, and they're still going.
Meltzera's going to be taken down as well by how, and somehow, some way, TSM have marched through that choke. As the damage was done to Moist, as everyone was forced in, Fnatic now stand to their right, just beyond that right shoulder from the POV of Verhulst behind the rock.
Well, FC Destroy eventually get taken down. They were holding down that southern tip, that southern choke for so long, but it was LG Chivas and 100 Thieves who worked together, pinched them, and now we have 5 squads remaining. Alliance hold the northwest, Fnatic on the northeast, TSM here on the east side, LG Chivas on the south, and then 100 Thieves are dead center, bang in the middle at the crates they took quite some time ago. The problem for 100 Thieves is all the angles they can be seen from right now. You can see them dancing from crate to crate, finding anything to get behind.
But the one thing that's going to stop people from poking you, from prodding, from trying to take that spot away, is a Kraber. Everybody in this lobby will know that Vaxxlon has that thing in his hands. Shots would have been fired, damage would have been dealt. So everyone is afraid to poke. Everyone is afraid to try and take the spot away from 100T. Vaxxlons have so much responsibility right now with this gun.
15 seconds till zone closes. All the other teams are outside of this circle right now except 100 Thieves, so they've just got to try and keep their eyes peeled, decide where they're going to focus, and just make sure they're listening to those gunshots. Can they help? Can they third party to try and get rid of a couple of teams? As now squads are starting to make their move. TSM will try and delete out of the sky as Fnatic lose one.
Fnatic won a game yesterday by taking to the skies, but this time the lobby is wise to it. They will be eliminated. The Dark Veil goes out from TSM. They're trying to cut the zone in half. LG are behind them though, trying to mirror, effect an Alliance, trying to move up themselves as LG make the approach from the north.
Alliance and TSM, 2 of our biggest hitters in the tournament so far. Last time they faced each other in groups, it was TSM who had more points than Alliance, but very rarely do we get to see giants like this go toe-to-toe in a final circle, but we still have LG Chivas and 100 Thieves trying to threaten a victory here. Things slow down ever so slightly because every squad has found a little bit of space to play here.
And everybody is safe. Everyone's found somewhere to play. Nobody's taken damage, only Fnatic fell on that rotate. As 100 Thieves and TSM rub shoulders with each other.
Oh, they get silenced.
Finally going to get silenced, going to get focused as TSM try and make the play to take the gods back.
Backbone's gone down, Effect has got the opener, and now TSM will march on in and say, we can take this spot, we can take this position, and they've done so well, but they have to stay healthy. Howl goes down, and 100 Thieves get eliminated.
Black Hole's going to be dragging reps in as well. TSM trying to survive, they will be eliminated. We're down to our final 2 teams. It's LG versus Alliance as LG march forward.
Alliance did get the swaps though, and now we're going to see caustic barrels go down. Is there going to be a Nox grenade? That's the biggest question.
Shots being exchanged, shots being fired. First knock does go to Alliance though. Couple of kills going to be traded out though. It's 1 player alive for Alliance. Neazul taken to the skies to try and delay things here. He'll come down and LG will win the first game in the winner's bracket here. Beautiful stuff as they time the push perfectly.
LG Chivas, who had an incredible start to this